Hello LEGO fans, it's JANG here from JANGbricks.com with a handful of little fairly quick custom vehicle MOCs that I have put together since my last last city MOC update. And so I just want to go through them pretty quickly. I just wanted to put more stuff on my street since I have more road base plates now. And I just wanted to really, like I said, just quickly put together more stuff. I really need to make more vehicles also, but for now, this is what I've done up to this point. Gonna probably work on some more structures after this, and just continue to do random vehicles along the way. So let's go ahead and just look at these one by one. I'll try not to spend too much time on any of them because I don't feel that any of them really deserve a whole lot of time put into them. None of them are spectacular in any way. They're just basic vehicles. And this one is intended to be just kind of like a family station wagon kind of thing. It actually has enough room in there that I could have put in a total of 3 minifigures, but kind of just gets the overall shape and size across that I wanted. Big boxy area in the back. It's kind of funny the aspect ratio that these end up having when you go with this kind of design with just the 4 wide width, because I really am wanting to stay with the nice narrow width to make vehicles as small as possible, especially regular passenger vehicles, just to allow me to put more stuff into my city than would be really viable with a larger scale. And using the narrow sized 6.5 millimeter wide wheels for passenger vehicles I think is key in getting that across. Also here I went with a different color scheme, just colors that I haven't used much, period. So I'll go ahead and move on past that one. This one is really quick. Just my first little mini car or micro car, small little, around town roundabout kind of city, I don't know. So it's not trying to be any particular car. It's not trying to be a smart car or anything like that. I just wanted to make a small car and actually built it on a base that I already had. It's a pre-made base, so nothing really custom with the underlying design, the basic design of the foundation of the thing. And I just wanted to do something small, so I did. A little bit of custom building in there, not much really, not much at all, just something small. So there's that. This one I'm actually more happy with, actually. I should say actually again, like 5 times in a row, just to be annoying, or maybe not. This does have a little bit of custom building. Still does use the new or most current, most recent vehicle base, just because it's easy. It's quick to get off the ground and very quickly put something together that was sturdy. It makes for a nice platform, even though it's recognizable with the gray stripe across the side. So not very customizable, but same thing I did here, just trying to get these things done quickly, just to pump out more vehicles. A little bit different with the front, and especially with the back. With this window here, I'm happy with how that turned out. This is like a mildly classic high-tech car, like a car that was maybe 10-20 years old, but was ahead of its time for its day. So after the fact, after getting this completed, I pretty much just started building and putting different pieces together like I usually do, and waited to see what came out, and changed a bunch of stuff a bunch of times, and this is what ended up being created. And after the fact, I feel like the inspiration for this, not really inspiration, the closest analog to this would be the Subaru SVX. If you want to Google that, see, it's not just the look, but kind of the type of car that I wanted it to be. Okay, moving on. This one is actually inspired by something that I saw on the freeway, which is always a good thing when you see something and then you come home and then you try to build something based on it. Again, not a replica of any particular vehicle. Just went a little bit more custom with the front end than usual. This part is really not inspired. The inspiration I got from what I saw on the freeway was this. I had been thinking, this was before I made my first tanker truck, which you'll see in a minute, but I'd been thinking about tanker trucks or tank carrying trucks, chemical carrying trucks, and I saw a vehicle or truck, flatbed truck on the freeway that had these containers that were for carrying fluid, and they were mounted sideways. That truck actually had 3 of them, 3 containers side by side. The way that the scale worked out with this one, and just, you know, I ended up having 2, but that's what motivated me to try this, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it turns out, and I think it's going to look good in my city. It's just a, you know, something driving around the industrial kind of area. And then up front, I tried to get be a little bit different, you know, not trying to do any particular company's kind of signature look. I really wish that I had these pieces right here in the dark red, but I just don't. So I did, you know, use what I could, and I'm pretty happy with that. I like the look of it. You know, it's different, and I finally have a seat for my little truck driver minifigure, custom truck driver minifigure that I made quite some time ago. So very, very happy with how that turned out, even though it's not all that fantastic, not all that realistic. I like it. Now this, my first tanker truck, actually came before what you just saw. This, I mean, the whole idea here was to really kill 2 birds with 1 stone in this one. One, I wanted to use up these pieces from the actual official tanker truck, just to get those large pieces out of the way. For some reason, I have something against large Lego pieces, and I like to use them up quickly. I don't like to hold on to them. I don't know, it's a weird personal thing that I have. And with that came this, not with that set, but with that thought process came this whole assembly right here from an older set during what I would call some of Lego's darker hours, when things were just not looking good for Lego and from their sets. I had this whole assembly, and this top piece has been used on, I believe, some trains, or at least 1 train, and I know the fire helicopter used the same mold but different color. This is printed on the top. So what I'm trying to do here with the different color scheme is I'm just saying that this is an older version, like an older tractor cab section that has not been repainted since Octan updated their branding, their corporate branding. So it's an older truck, and I just tried to make this whole assembly here, which is mostly these 2 large pieces, just look less lame, dare I say, than it did in its normal form. Tried to just kind of disguise it a little bit. Ended up kind of looking a little bit like a Volvo, somewhat, with the way the front, because of this here, and then the body color band going across it. I just tried to disguise it a little bit. It's still very obvious what it is, but hopefully it's not quite as bad as it originally looked. And then the trailer, you know, it's based on those same large pieces, but I was not too happy about those gaps up there. I do want to have a disc on the back. Unfortunately, I only had 1 of these in white, so I think I have a Bricklink haul either coming, or I already did. I think I may have already done that. I'm not sure what the upload order will be, but you can see I used a gray one here because I just didn't have any more. Turns out the 6 wide disc piece is not too common in white. You can get it easily in light bluish gray, but not in white. And with this one, I had a little bit of detail underneath. Oh, this is also built to my standard. This is a standard that I've instituted for trailers. So you can see I've got the support stands there, and all of my truck trailers, my big rig trailers, will be able to fit onto all of my big rig tractor cab units. So it's a standard height and a standard type of connection between those. So I'll be able to switch them around. So that'll be really good, and they'll all be able to. Hopefully they'll all be able to stand up on their own. And overall, I'm just kind of happy with the thing. I'm satisfied with how it turned out, especially considering the parts that I started with that I really didn't like. I ended up putting things that putting together parts I didn't like to make something that I do like. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you got some kind of enjoyment out of that in some way. I've certainly gotten enjoyment out of building these things, and I'm happy to have them, happy to be able to share them, and I'll be even happier once I get these things actually put into my Lego city, which I can do now that I've gotten these on video. I don't have to show them anymore. I'm trying to look for a good angle where you can see all of these. That's a little bit better. But yeah, more stuff to come, more custom builds, and also some reviews and stuff. So stay tuned. You can see all of my updates at jangbricks.com and follow the slow growth of my Lego city as it gets worked on. Bye for now.